morning. Hadn't been on in a while. I've been taking care of personal business, mostly with my vehicle and other stuff. But you know, my truck is over 20 years old, and it doesn't ever have any problems. But when it has a problem, it's going to have a problem. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a costly one because things do eventually wear out. Now, I'm gonna say that. However, if this state didn't salt the roads like mad every winter, then my brake system would be fine. But so anyway, the salt did in my brake system, and it was pretty bad. So I went and I looked through everything, and I just said, replace it all. So all 4 calipers, brake pads, lines, they'd all look, not too good. And then the parking brake, needed to be replaced. So all new stuff. But the vehicle, the truck has lasted over 20 years already, and everything else is in very good condition. The engine runs excellent. I only use the best oil in there, keep it changed, and etc. So I take good care of my truck. But it's a chunk, big chunk. So I won't be buying myself no nice Christmas present this year. But that's how it goes, I mean, the thing is that the vehicle has treated me very good for a lot of years. So I'm not really too worried about a Christmas present because I have a lot of cool stuff as it is. But I won't be buying myself anything this year. But what I like, what is the most important about Christmas is, of course, we remember the Lord being, the Lord was brought to us to save us from ourselves, basically. So God came to earth in the flesh, and he, sacrificed himself for us. And that's the most important thing that we celebrate. And also, people look at like gift giving and all that. That's really secondary. I mean, that's all because of the 3 wise men. They came, they gave gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and etc. I know it's kind of odd talking about this. We haven't even got to Halloween yet, right? So, and Halloween is just a secular day. It's not that's not really a holiday, holy day. It's not. It's just a fun day to give out candy to kids, and mythological stuff, old stories, and the boogeyman, and blah blah blah, right? Yeah. But yeah, what I like a lot about Christmas is watching nice old Christmas movies and eating. I like to eat, a good meal at Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I like to eat a nice meal. Some kind of good meat like ham or chicken or turkey. like that. So that's what I like. Quiet time, reflecting on, the Lord's birth and just the whole experience. That for me, that's a big deal. Thanksgiving, a lot of people associate Thanksgiving with the American Indians and the Pilgrims having a feast and whatnot. But me, I really associate Thanksgiving with just giving thanks to the Lord for the blessings that I've gotten from Him over the years, and He's kept me alive and out of trouble so many times, and taking good care of me when I wasn't even thinking about it. That's how I treat Thanksgiving. Well, I'm wearing a wool sweater. This comes from Kerry Woolen Mills in Ireland. I think I paid about $50, $45 or $50 for this. It was not expensive. I bought it pre-owned, and all of my sweaters and jumpers are pre-owned. So if you guys think I'm spending like hundreds of dollars on this stuff, I'm not, because what I told a guy the other day, he really liked what I was wearing, and I told him, I said, look, what you got to understand is that you're going to find stuff like this on eBay and other places like that. Somebody got it as a present, and it either didn't fit or they didn't like the color, and they're basically just putting it out there. They're getting a few bucks off of it, and they can't sell it as new because, it's pre-owned now, even though maybe they never wore it. So you can find deals like that, guys. You can find deals like that. Yeah, so this is a Kerry Woolen Mills made Aran style, I guess you would call it, Irish sweater. This is with the honeycomb pattern. Okay, it's got honeycomb, honeycomb, honeycomb. There's some cabling, very nice. People are always trying to get a hold of me for something. That's why they gave me that phone. I guess. It's a family phone. I don't even own the phone. Anyway, I've got this. This I did get new. This is a neck gaiter. And I talked about this the other day. One of my subscribers emailed me this morning asking me to confirm some link about this. Now, this did come from Aaron's Sweater Market. Yeah, it did. And I'm going to actually look it up on the computer because I can't do a whole lot of digging around on the phone. But I measured this out just to let people know what the size is in case any of you are gifted enough to make your own by knitting. It has seam down one side, but this is really awesome. It's if you looking for it on Aaron Sweater Market website, this is going to be in the ladies section. Now this is a neck gaiter. This is just a tube of wool, and I consider this a unisex garment. I don't consider this a ladies or a men's. And if anybody has a problem with me wearing it, oh well. So what I like about this And I'm not saying for all of you guys to go out and throw away your turtlenecks if you have any. But this Guernsey necked sweater, okay, I'm going to call it sweater because this is an Irish item. Okay, if this were an English item, I would say jumper, right? Because that's what they say. Now, the way they showed this worn with this seam is they showed it with a seam on the outside, and then you turn it down to create basically a double neck, right? It doesn't matter really, because the whole idea is to stay warm, right? So this is 15 inches wide, okay? Talking across. I'm not talking about diameter or whatever, okay? I'm talking about across. And it's about 18 inches long from end to end. It's just a tube, okay? Just a tube. Now, I'm going to show you, I didn't show you the other day, because I was going to take it off the other day, but as usual, I forgot. So, what I like to do is I'll just take this thing and put it on my head. Not all the way, because I need room to work. And then I'm just going to tuck this just inside this Guernsey necked collar. You know, a few inches. And it will work its way a little further on its own. Why it does that, I don't know. It's just, I guess, through movement or whatever. And now, it's underneath this Guernsey, and since it's wool on wool, it's grabbing each other. I'm already getting warm. Glasses fogging up. Alright, so technically, they show to turn this down. Right? That's what they do. They show it, turn it down. One of my beard hairs there. And wear it like this. Now I'm here to tell you, this is okay for your average day wear outside in the cold. Now, keeps your neck really toasty, okay? Now, despite the fact that it's not hugging up on my neck, it's good. Now, why is that? Because there's extra knit material underneath that fold, because, you know, I mean, it's long, so you're getting like triple, quadruple layering around the neck right there. So basically it's a comfortable turtleneck. Now if I want to get crazy, because I like to get crazy, I like blizzard type weather. Now if it gets really nasty outside, snow's blowing them, you know, like crazy and whatnot, you could just push this all down and then pull this up to like basically the crown of your head up here, and then you can adjust this thing appropriately. If you want more around your face, you know, you could do that, right? You want to take another scarf and put it over your head, wrap it around, you could do that. If you have a hood on an anorak or a coat that you really like, a wool coat, pull that up. I guarantee you, you're not getting cold, right? Not getting cold. So I really do consider this a must-have. Now that I've got one of these, I never had one like this, but I'll tell you what, the women have been holding out on the guys, because this is an amazing bit of kit here. So Um, just I just have no complaints about it whatsoever. You don't really have to worry about it getting all stretched out unless you're going crazy doing something stupid with it, because it's already loose. It's already loose. Because it's large. It's made to be manipulated here and there. But I'm liking it. So anyway, I had that fella email me this morning. I'm gonna get on a computer and see if I can confirm. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, Iran's sweater market. It's gonna be in the ladies section. It's a unisex item, in my opinion. If you want to talk trash about me for wearing it because I bought it out of the ladies department, well, my manhood is a-okay. I'm not worried about that. Let's see. Yeah. Well, can't remember what else I was going to say about that. But I'm gonna do a video here soon. Probably be Saturday. I'm gonna do videos on Saturday, I think. Tomorrow I got stuff I need to do. Still waiting on the truck to get back. I got a rental car. See, that's another thing. But let me get back to the video. I'm off on a tangent again. So Saturday I'll probably do this video, be looking at the wool Mackinaw coat that I have, okay, and showing you some stuff with that, okay. Did not do that project yet that I wanted to do with the cape and such, because money, right? So, but anyway, Saturday I'll do a video on my wool Mackinaw coat on some things that I wanted to suggest to anyone who has one. Alright, so anyway, we'll deal with that on Saturday. But yeah, so get back to my truck. Truck's having the complete brake system reworked, all except for the master cylinder, because the master cylinder is just fine. It's just the areas that have been eaten up by rust because of salt. Now, when I was a kid, they put down sand, and they didn't put down everywhere. They only put it in major areas like intersections where people would slide. So it started out sand, and then if the weather got progressively worse to where you could not move around with a four-wheel drive, then they didn't do anything, and you were left to fend for yourself. So this is why, my parents always had, 6 months to a year of storage food on hand for every person, is because of being snowed in. All right. Now, there were supermarkets that would sometimes stay open even during big blows like that. That's what we call a nor'easter. So in that case, it had to be shopping by snowmobile. The people that had snowmobiles were courteous. You give them a few bucks. Everybody's getting together. Their shopping lists. Go to the store. People do their shopping. You're shopping for you. You give them some money for their time and trouble. They had toboggans, big sleds, that they might tow behind their snowmobile. Anyway, that was the only way you could get anywhere, because there are certain times that there's so much snow, even a four-wheel drive, you were shut down. Lockers didn't exist back then. Yeah, they didn't exist. Drag race cars had, they had differential systems which would lock up and get power to both wheels, but they didn't have anything like that for four-wheel drives back in those days. Trying to think here, what else? Well, you know, a lot of stuff. You know, snowstorms were fun. That's all I can say about that. Snowstorms are fun. School was shut down. You know, nobody went to school. You shoveled out your driveway by hand. You know, kid power. You know, and it's just a fun era. Not like today. Anyway, can't think of anything else for this video. I'm going to come back in another video and we'll talk about some current events and stuff like that. So, I will see you there. See you there. Or be square.